Yuri actually called me. Yeah, Yuri found out from Derek sometime in late May, and then he called me. I was the first person he called after Derek told him, because he kind of explained how it was going to be very Cruz-centric in terms of who the designated mourner of the episode was going to be. And so we talked for it. We talked right after that, and it really kind of threw me back. I literally didn't say anything when he was talking to me on the phone. I was just like, because I didn't know what to say, because it was so hard to kind of wrap my head around the fact that like I'm not going to be working with my brother anymore, which was really difficult. But I think once we kind of got a chance to look at the script and see, I feel like what great service they did to the exit of the character. It was I think it was our best goodbye that we've had, and so it's an honor to be able to be a part of telling that story.
Well, you and I talked a lot about
we did.
that.
Yes.
and emotional conversation. So what's it been like since that episode aired? What was the response like?
I mean, I think Derek got his wishes. I think he got to fill up a couple of buckets full of tears to
yes.
drink off of. It's been super well received. People have been very, very complimentary, and it's been. I'm just happy that I think the desired effect came through, and so I'm just happy that we were able to, tell a story that moved people. I think like anybody dealing with loss, these things happen in waves. So there's moments where you're fine and you're kind of living your life like you would any other day, and then there's moments where, the weight of it all is just too much to bear. And I think you'll see stuff like that unfold for Cruz throughout the year. And then also, there was something of kind of a juvenilistic, youthful kind of energy between Cruz and Otis. And Cruz no longer really has that outlet. So I think you'll see kind of a more like adult Cruz, somebody who's, a little bit more wary of his job and what it entails. And I think you kind of look at this world as a firefighter when you lose someone that means so much to you and that you're so close to. You kind of look at it as like you look at the job in a different light, and you're a little bit more conscious of just how difficult and how deadly the stakes can really be. So I think you're a little bit more hyper-focused about how you do the job. And I think you'll see that from him. And then I think you'll also see a commitment from him to kind of hold on to the one relationship he has left with Chloe.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot of that.
Yeah, and kind of going off of that, I know Kristen's not here all the time, but what's it like working with her when she is in town?
Unreal. She's fantastic. It's so weird, because it's like guest artists can be such a make or break kind of thing. They can either fit in with the cast or they won't. And Kristen is the perfect amount of ridiculous and funny and sweet. She's the whole package. Like if I weren't married, I would definitely actually hit on her for sure.
And we saw her in this last episode that aired, and she's very concerned for Joe. Can you talk a little bit about what that's going to be like moving forward?
Yeah, I think in a lot of ways you're going to see how the fact that Chloe is really realizing that she's dating a firefighter is really going to come to a head. And you're really going to see like whether or not she feels comfortable with that idea, if it's something that she can see herself really going long term with. And so that's going to play itself out in a lot of different ways throughout the year. And we're going to get to kind of explore what it means for her to be dealing with being with a first responder and what it means for Cruz to be able to try and balance that relationship with her. Actors. And this particular crossover has more actors crossing over than ever before. I think you won't be able to tell which show you're watching throughout the 3 hours because there will be just so many people from all of the different shows together. But yeah, I think they thought that having us film out of order was going to be better. So it really does feel kind of like a movie.
Right.
And I think, movies take months to film. And they're like, we're trying to do it in like 3 weeks. So it's like, I just think there's just no way around it. There's so many moving pieces. How we do it at all is a shock to me, and it's really a testament to the crew. Like the production staff is amazing, and how they managed to pull it off without. Well, some of them have definitely lost some hair, but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what they do. I just show up, I say the lines, but those people are the ones doing all the hard work. It's like it's always a blast. My favorite is actually watching the other two, because I absolutely have no idea what's happening on those shows. Like, they don't give me those scripts, so it's like watching those two. It's like, oh man, oh wow, what's this? And it's just amazing. How we're on what I think like our 160th episode right now, and how these guys come up with new stuff to tell, I don't know. Like it's like their job is one I would not want. I don't envy Derek in any way.
If you had to tease it in 5 words, how would you tease the crossover?
Grotesque, fast-paced, death-defying, electric. They don't make sense together,
they don't make sense after
but they're 5 words.
Right.
So there you go. But yeah, grotesque is definitely the first one. The stuff that our effects team has done on this is so nasty, in like the best way. We got to do some fun stuff with the Slamigan convention that'll be coming up in like 7 or 8, which was a real blast, and we got to visit a couple of other people. Quite frankly, the thing that I'm most taken by so far this season is Collins. I think that guy is hysterical,
Yeah.
and I really hope we have an opportunity to see more of him, because he's really, the actor has just really kind of nailed that character, and he's so funny, and quite frankly, I don't see what Foster's complaining about. I think he's like kind of a nice guy, and he's like, he's maybe a little happy-go-lucky and a little slow to the call, but other than that, he's fine, it's how often do you get to meet someone that cheerful in this job? So yeah, but you'll see, I think, more of what we always do. I think we're so lucky to be one of the 3 shows that has the blessing of being more comedic than the others. I think we have this pocket of opportunity to let some air out of the bag with some laughs every once in a while, and Derek and the writers are so good at being able to find those moments, and I think it's also kind of great that it happens to be that we're in the middle hour, which gives you the opportunity to kind of get a break from all of the serious crap that's going on with Med and PD. And so I think that's cooked into the DNA of our show, so there's no way that we won't have that this season and every season.
And there's also another new character in the mix.
Yes.
What's your take on him?
Well, first of all, I can tell you that Alberto himself is an incredible human being, and he's been nothing but fun to work with. And I'm so happy to have another Latino in the house, which is the best. Even though we don't really know if he is or isn't on the show yet. But he's, as an actor, he fits in so well. Like the last time we had somebody come into the show and just kind of meld that well was I think Miranda. Emily has kind of found her way in, but it's like a different road for that character. But he and we love Emily. Annie. We love Annie. She's like amazing, and it's so funny because you should see the 3 girls together. Are you interviewing the 3 girls together by any chance?
I don't know yet.
Oh man, if you get that luxury, take advantage, because the 3 of them together, it's like insane. Like they're off in corners now doing God knows what, and all these little like conversations, and it's just so funny because they've become such a little sisterhood. But yeah, Blake, you guys are gonna love this kid. Quite frankly, I worry for Casey and Severide because there's definitely a new buck in town, and he is going to be taking on a lot of those calls, which I'm sure for Jesse and Taylor is a good thing, because it's like I'll take a break from that back-breaking work. But he's going to be great. He's going to be a great addition to the team, and I really love how they introduced him. I love the respect he had for Otis and just the job in general. And I think he's great. And also, I think you're going to see something develop between him and Ritter. Like that relationship is really starting to meld, and they get along really great in real life. And I think that end up may becoming the new Crotus, frankly. Like those two together, I think are going to be a lot of fun to watch.